And they'll run. It's Ken Walker.
And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Walker. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now back to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Back to throw here. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up 2nd and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Trying to finish off this opening drive from the 3. This is 3rd and goal. Walker. They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. So a decision to be made. Is this something, opening drive maybe they discussed before the game?
They had to, and that's the responsible way of getting ready for a game. You go through situations with your staff. You go through scenarios, and you read your team. If we're in this spot and we're moving the ball well, is this a time to go for it? Or is it a time to be a little bit cautious? I think in this case, he feels good about his team. He should go for it.
They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
They'll start on the ground with Brooks. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Here's 2nd and 7. Now this complete to Polk. 4 catches for him in the wild card win a week ago, and he's got his first here, and it's a first down. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. They run out of the gun with Brooks here. And he'll be taken down at the 18. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen, racing to the end zone. And the Seahawks are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Here's Walker. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are on the board first here in this division round matchup.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Out of the gun, Purdy. That's pulled in by Brooks. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Purdy now to throw off the play action.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brooks. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down.
Handoff running left, Brooks.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
Two minutes gone by, second quarter.
Purdy from the gun on third down. He'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 29-yard line.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Second and 10.
The tight end Henry here in motion.
Now Purdy. That one caught by Purdy.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16. That is caught inside the 5.
Yeah, the Cowboys are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Brooks going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk.
That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend.
Another shot from the 1 on second and goal.
Purdy on a sneak.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's third down.
Lloyd is in. Touchdown, Dallas. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on third down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Now they'll work with 4 receivers here on 3rd down and long.
He'll look to throw. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
Shifts by him, shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. Purdy looking to throw. This ball taken in here by Brooks.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Purdy now to throw.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Shotgun now with Purdy.
And that is incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Put the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it And we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
Group being able to add the PAT.
And that makes the score 14-7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10.
Back to throw, Purdy.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but not establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it.
He finds his man, complete. That's Brooks. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. On the return, Hardy. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Myers from the gun, he'll throw. Catch made by Slayton. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or two. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Second and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. They go play action here. Purdy.
He finds his man complete. It's Brooks. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
They'll try and run here with Brooks. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Here's Purdy.
He finds his man complete. It's Brooks. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Second and 14. Throwing here, Purdy. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 29-yard line. Purdy. And he'll go right back to Lamb.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Now second and 5.
They'll look to throw again. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play.
So a big one coming here for Brandon Aubrey.
This one from 48 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday.
And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
DeMarcus Lawrence. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And here's Myers from the gun on third down. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, Walker.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
All right, That's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
58 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You're looking at the geography of the field, right? Where you are, that's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You have everything working in your direction.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
And going right back to Walker.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Kenneth Walker.
His second touchdown of the night.
And the Seahawks are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth quarter lead. Groupie for the extra point.
It's good, and it's 21-10.
Next to score Seahawks. Cowboys 10. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Purdy from the gun.
And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Purdy to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Here's 2nd down. Here's Purdy.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Keely Ringo picks it off.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So a fourth quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
The point after, good by Groupie.
And the lead is up to 18 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 2nd and 10, Purdy. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Over the middle, complete. That's Brooks. And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the first down marker.
Purdy, big 4th down play. Now this complete to Pope.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. It's Roger McCreary with a pick.
This team wants to take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
And they take a knee.